Hi guys, this is the ultimate college packing list. Over the past 2 years, I've been researching and watching every dorm tour, every dorm essentials video known to man on YouTube, TikTok, anything. And through that, I've compiled a list of everything that I think is essential, slash everything that I've bought for my dorm as an incoming freshman. I wanted to make a video for anybody else who's still shopping or has no idea what to get. I came up with some categories, and I'm going to go through them, and hopefully you can find everything that you need to know in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. In this video, we will cover home and room essentials, office and desk supplies, first aid and medicine, food-related, linens and laundry, toiletries and cosmetics, electronics, and miscellaneous. So I created a little PowerPoint for me to go through, so we're going to start off with home and room essentials. First up, we have a bedside lamp slash desk lamp. I personally got a 2-pack just to make it easier, but I think you need some sort of light for both. I don't think that one lamp is going to be enough. I think that you need one for your desk and one for your bedside table, or whatever situation you have. If you don't end up having the night stand or anything, I think that you should maybe get one of those clip-on lamps. Next up, we have under the bed storage. Whether that is those little 3-tier pull-out drawer containers or anything, you need lots of under the bed storage, especially if you're going to be lofting your bed. That's going to be where all your storage is. Next up, we have a trash can. Do not get a small trash can. It's going to fill up so fast. You want a larger trash can so that you can actually take out the garbage on a regular basis instead of every single day, because you're just going to get annoyed and you're going to start having trash overflowing of your tiny trash can. With that, you're going to need trash bags. So I'd stock up on a box so that you don't have to go through a bunch. Next up, we have Ziploc bags. You're going to need storage. I don't think that you need to get a whole lot, a bunch of sizes or anything, but maybe you have a large bag of chips and you just want to take a small amount to class or something. I think that Ziploc bags can be so beneficial. Next up, we have all-purpose cleaner. You want to get something so that when you first get there, you can clean, and just so you have something to clean. Especially me, I'm going to have a bathroom in my suite, and so I'm going to need to clean the bathroom and just anything, so an all-purpose cleaner is necessary. With that, you're going to want paper towels. Next up, you're going to need toilet paper. I would maybe talk over this with my roommate, just so that nobody's bringing, you don't want to have an excessive amount of toilet paper, but you want people, maybe you'll bring toilet paper, a whole thing, and they'll get something else, but you're going to need toilet paper. Next up, light bulbs. If you're getting a desk lamp or a bedside table lamp, you're going to need light bulbs, because I don't think that your lamp is going to come with light bulbs. I've never gotten a lamp that came with light bulbs, so make sure you grab those, because it would suck to go to plug your lamp in and you have no light bulb. Next up, tissues. I feel like a lot of people forget about these, but tissues are an essential, and you don't want to be going through all your toilet paper or paper towels. That's going to be rough. You're going to want some tissues, especially if you're sick. Next up, a vacuum. I don't know if you really need one of those humongous vacuums, but you either want a handheld one or one of those small ones, because it's going to be so much easier to clean things and you can vacuum something up really quick. Next up with that is going to be a rug. Don't get anything super huge or super long, really long fuzzy ones, just because stuff is going to get in there. It's going to be hard to clean. It's going to get weirdly matted. So just get a nice rug. You have to be mindful that people are going to be walking on it. Next up, curtains. If you have a window that comes with blinds, you don't necessarily need these, but a good pair of blackout curtains would be very nice, especially if you don't have any blinds or anything, because you don't want to just wake up at the crack of dawn when the sun comes out. Next up is going to be a makeup mirror. You're going to want it on your desk for when you're getting ready. Don't get anything too big, but you're going to need one. Nobody wants to get ready in one of those little tiny handheld mirrors. Next up is going to be storage cart. Again, you just need storage. Your room is going to be small and you want to have as much storage as possible. Next up, an ottoman. I suggest an ottoman safe, because you at least know that you have one place to put all of your valuables, and then also you can just put anything in there, really. It'll be extra storage, and then also if your bed is lofted, you can use it to get up, or you can just use it as an extra seat if you have friends over. Next up is a fan. Invest in a good fan. It's going to be hot. You need a fan. Maybe get 2 fans. You definitely want you to have one and your roommate to have one, but maybe get one on your bedside table that's like blowing on your face, or maybe get one of those tall ones. The room is going to be hot, so you need a fan. Next up is hanging closet storage. You could put hoodies, clothes, shoes, or anything in. Just those little cubbies that hang because you want to maximize your storage. With that, get one of those over-the-door shoe storages because I think that you're just really not going to have enough room for a whole shoe rack, especially if you have a lot of shoes. And if you put that on your door or in your closet on that door, you're going to have so much more storage. And you can also put things in it that aren't shoes. And lastly, you're going to want bed risers. I want my bed to be super high so that I can fit a bunch of stuff in it. So while I can loft my bed, I'm also adding bed risers so it'll be taller. If your bed can loft super high, you're not going to need them, but they're pretty cheap, so I think it's a good investment. Now we're on to office and desk supplies. First up, you're going to need a flash drive. You don't really know what you're going to be doing with your classes and what you're going to need, but it's always good to have one in case you need a place to put storage, if your laptop gets full or just anything. I think it's good to have one. They're not that expensive. Some of the obvious ones like pens, pencils, and highlighters, just for when you need to write anything down, if you need to highlight anything in a book or anything, you need to have those. You're probably going to want like a pencil holder, a sharpener. If you don't, like if you like mechanical pencils, then you don't really need one of those, but they're just good to have. You're going to need at least one notebook. I would get at least one of those like decently thick notebooks. It can last you the whole year. Unless you really like writing, then I would get more than one, but you at least need to have some sort of paper because you don't want to be the person who is the only person that doesn't have any paper and the professor tells you that you need to write out a piece of paper and write down your name for attendance or something and you don't have paper. I would get a folder. You never know if you're going to get worksheets handed out or just papers that are important, and you don't want those just loosely around in your backpack. Some of the more simple ones, you want rubber bands, tape, scissors. You're going to need to use scissors when you're moving in and possibly tape, but definitely scissors because you're going to have so many things that you need to open, so definitely get scissors. I would get command hooks and get as many as you can. I think it's better to have more than you need because then maybe you can give them to somebody else who needs them, but just get a bunch of different kinds because you're going to need to hang literally everything up. Don't forget batteries. There's going to be a lot of things that need batteries that you just don't think about because when you're at home you just have batteries in a junk drawer, but you need to bring your own batteries. I would bring a planner. I love using like my Google Calendar and everything, but I also really like writing things down and writing down assignments, and I think it's good to just have it on you. I would get a wall calendar or one of those desk calendars that go like are flat on your desk and are huge because it helps me when I can see all my stuff out and just write a few things down, and it helps me plan and be less stressed when I have a calendar. Don't forget zip ties. I think zip ties can be so beneficial. You can use them to close so many things together and they're just like a little secret gem. Like zip ties have so many purposes, so I would bring them. And lastly, a lock. Unless you're getting like some sort of safe, I think that you should have a lock so that there's a way for you to have your valuables in a like hidden, because you're going to be living with people that you've never lived with before. You really don't know these people, and it's good to have that sense of security. Next up is first aid and medicine. First, you have hand sanitizer. You need hand sanitizer and you need a lot of it. You do not want to get sick and there's germs everywhere. Use hand sanitizer all the time. I would bring some sort of antacid like Tums, just because you are going to have to get used to like your diet's going to be changing. So you never really know if you're going to get heartburn or anything, and I think that it's just beneficial to have. Even if you don't use it, maybe somebody else could. Bring like painkiller like Tylenol or Advil. I prefer Tylenol, but just some sort of painkiller if you have a headache, if you get injured, if something hurts, just it's good to have a painkiller. I'm going to bring vitamins, like multivitamins, just to try to ward off getting sick. I really don't want to get sick, but I think that if you just take like a daily multivitamin, it will help boost your immune system being around all these new people and all these new places. I would bring a decongestant if you do get sick. It sucks being super congested and it's just hard to function, so a decongestant is great. Just be careful because some of them, if you have heart conditions, you can't take. So I would just be mindful when I'm picking one out. I know it sounds gross, But maybe if you have a lot of stomach issues, get some sort of anti-diarrhea medication, because if you're getting sick a lot and just having diarrhea a lot, it's going to prevent you from going to class and doing things. So maybe bring one of those. You definitely need band-aids. I think it's just always good to have band-aids, but definitely bring some in case you get cut or just anything. Bring some cough drops. That will definitely help if you end up getting sick or your throat hurts or you have a cough or just anything. Bring some cough drops. Bring cotton swabs, cotton pads, Q-tips, all of those, because you're going to need them. Do not forget a thermometer. They are so important. You need to know if you have a fever or not. If you need to go to the doctor, they're super important. Bring some Dayquil, NyQuil, maybe a couple packs. They're a little pricey, so get maybe 1 to 2 packs of the Dayquil, NyQuil together, because if you're getting sick, those are going to be a lifesaver.
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys, but I somehow lost the footage. It's a really short clip, but it's just me finishing up the first aid in medicine saying that you definitely need to bring tampons, pads, panty liners, whatever you like to use for your period, because you might not be on your period when you first get there. You definitely want to make sure that you have them just in case. And lastly, sunscreen.
Next, we have our food-related items. You're going to need cups, mugs, just like dishware. I would say bring no more than 2 cups and 2 mugs. And when it comes to like dishes that you eat off of, maybe 2 bowls, 2 plates. I don't think that you should bring a bunch of disposable plates. I think that's really bad for the environment, and I don't think it'll take too much out of your day to quickly wash a bowl, especially if it's one of those plastic ones from like Target. Utensils, I would probably bring 1 or 2 of each, just in case you have like friends over, you have a guest. Like, you're gonna want more than one. Bring water bottles, like an actual water bottle that you can carry to class and refill and everything. You're gonna need those. Probably invest in 1 or 2 good ones that should last you. If you're into coffee or tea or anything like that, I would invest in a Keurig. You can get used ones for cheap, and the small ones are not that expensive. It's a great way to get hot water, that's for ramen or just anything. But also, it's great if you want to have coffee or tea. Coffee is so expensive, and if you're going around spending your money on coffee from Dunkin' or Starbucks or anything like that, all your money's gonna be gone so soon. Just invest in a good coffee maker, and maybe get, like, if you like fancy stuff, maybe get some of those pumps like vanilla or anything, because you do not want all your money to be gone wasted on coffee. Don't forget chip clips. You want to have something so that your food doesn't go bad. You're going to need dish soap and some sort of sponge. I'm getting one of those little handheld scrubby things that you can put soap in the middle of, but you need something to wash your dishes with. Get some food storage containers, especially if you get anything from the dining hall and you want like leftovers, or you make anything that needs to go in your fridge or anything, you're going to want some sort of Tupperware. And obviously, get whatever snacks and drinks you like. Just be mindful of your space. And if you have a meal plan, be mindful to not get a bunch of snacks or waste too much money on snacks that you already paid for your meal plan. Next up, we have linens and laundry. You're going to need, obviously, you're going to need some sheets. Get some twin XL, unless your bed is bigger. I've seen a few people who have folds in their dorms, which is crazy. But I wouldn't get a twin XL comforter. I'm getting a queen because I think that there's no reason for a bed skirt. Also, I just don't want to have a twin. I'm going to get a queen comforter so that I have a little bit extra. If I have anybody sleep over with me, like if my boyfriend comes, I want there to be enough blanket. And then I can have it hang over the side as a bed skirt to hide all the stuff under my bed. And then I can also use it when I'm out of college, because I'm never going to have a twin bed when I'm out of college. You're going to need towels and washcloths. I'd say bring 2 towels and maybe a few washcloths if you're going to use them as rags or if you're going to use them in your shower. You're going to need to bring pillows. Don't bring too many though, because you don't want your bed to be super crowded. It's already small. Get a mattress pad or a mattress protector. I'm getting one that's both, but you want to not sleep on that nasty mattress that a bunch of people have slept on, and it's going to be hard. You want a nice mattress pad to make it comforting and make it feel like home. Get a rolling laundry basket. Whether you get one that has the backpack things, like, just get one that rolls so that you can roll it around when it's heavy if you're going through the elevators. It's just going to be so much easier. Don't forget detergent, fabric softener, dryer sheets, just stuff to do your laundry. And maybe get a caddy for that so it's easier to carry down. If you feel like you need it, I would get a stain remover if you feel like you spill stuff a lot. It's just good to have. Get sheet suspenders. They're the little things that you put on the bottom of your sheets. It just holds them on, especially because if you get a thicker mattress pad, your sheet might not fit all the way, so you want to have that so it stays so it doesn't pop off. Get those dryer bags so that you can put your delicates in so the dryer's not ripping up your underwear and stealing your socks. Next up, we have Toiletries and Cosmetics. You're going to need the obvious shower items: shampoo, conditioner, body wash, face wash. Get a shower caddy if you have communal bathrooms. I don't. I'm going to be sharing a bathroom with my suite mates, so I'm not getting a caddy because I'm just going to get one of those things to go in the shower so I can keep my stuff in the shower. But if you have communal bathrooms, you're going to need one. Bring an extra toothbrush and toothpaste. You never know what's going to happen, and you're going to want to have it just in case. Maybe you have somebody stay and they don't have one, but you just always want to have an extra. Bring tweezers. I think a lot of people forget tweezers, and you never know when you're going to need them. Nail clippers. Bring your perfume. Maybe bring something to put the perfume on, but don't bring too many because, again, you don't have that much space. If you wear contacts, make sure you bring extra solution and extra contacts. You don't want to be in a pinch and not have any contact solution. Bring extra deodorant. Just stock up. Buy the 2-pack. It just makes it so much easier, and that way when you run out, you know you have an extra. If you like to do your hair, bring any hairstyling tools. Just be mindful if there's any regulations on those for your school. Mine doesn't have any, but just be mindful. Don't forget to bring a brush and a comb. Like, especially if you want to do cute hairstyles, you're going to need a comb sometimes. You're going to need razors and shaving cream. I'd bring a few backup razors just because they can get dull pretty fast. Bring lotion and facial moisturizer. Just don't forget your skincare, but definitely bring lotion for after the showers. You want to be smelling nice and feeling good. Makeup remover or micellar water, because on those late nights when you don't feel like washing your face, you cannot sleep with your makeup on. If you're somebody who likes to have their nails done a lot, bring nail polish remover or nail polish if you like to do it yourself, just in case. Next up, we have electronics. Bring either a laptop or an iPad. If you can have both, great. If you have to pick between one, get a laptop. They're way more important than an iPad. Bring an HDMI cord. I've seen a lot of people say that they wish they had brought one and they had to end up going and buying one. Bring a surge protector. Most dorms you cannot have an extension cord. Get a surge protector. They're basically the same thing. Surge protectors are just safer. Just make sure it says surge protector. It's just so that in case, like, there's a power outage or anything, the surge protector will shut off so that it doesn't cause any fires or anything. Make sure you bring headphones for those long walks. When you're in the gym, you're just going to want a good pair of headphones. Bring a portable speaker. You never really know when you're going to need one, whether you're going out or you're just on the quad and you just want to have a jam session with your friends. You never know. Bring a portable speaker. Lastly, we have our miscellaneous category. These were just a few things I thought of at last minute that you definitely need, so I put them in here. Bring an umbrella. Bring a large umbrella, because if you have one of those small ones, if you have a bunch in your backpack, or just really anything in your backpack's going to get wet. You don't want your backpack wet. You don't want anything, especially your laptop, any electronics you have in there, your papers. You don't want those to get wet. So get a large one that covers you and your backpack. Obviously, bring a backpack. I didn't say it before, but you're going to need a backpack. Don't bring just tote bags. Tote bags are great and you're going to use them, but they're going to hurt your arm. Like, bringing all that to class every single day, it's going to hurt your shoulder. With that, bring tote bags for when you go and get groceries or you're going out. You're just going to want a trusty bag. Bring a toolkit for move-in day. It's also just good to have, but you're probably going to need to use it on move-in day. I would invest in one of those tiny sewing kits. You never know if something could rip and just have a tiny hole, or if a button comes off, and sewing stuff like that is really easy, so just get one of those small sewing kits. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. They all work. Get a lint brush when you have black clothes. It just depends on your bedding or anything. You just don't want to be covered in lint, so don't forget lint brushes. And lastly, extra chargers. Bring as many chargers as you can. You want to have chargers in your dorm and chargers in your backpack. You don't want to have to go between them. So just have chargers that are designated to stay in your dorm and ones to stay in your backpack so that you always have a charger. And bring portable chargers, ones that plug into your phone or little the little banks, you're going to need them just in case you can't find an outlet. That was all of my college dorm essentials. Thank you guys so much for watching, and like and subscribe to follow me on my college journey. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. Bye!